Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to another edition of DIY Money.
DIY Money.
Daniel,
Yep.
this morning brew thing seems to be a big deal. I didn't know much
is.
about it.
Yeah. Have you signed up yet for the morning brew?
No, sadly I have not. But I did try. Try a new app.
What?
That is unbiased news
What?
called Smart News. Yeah, it's called Smart News,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just the headlines, like non-skewed one side or the other. So here are today's
I don't
headlines.
understand at all.
Congress moves to avert partial government shutdown. So if you looked at a certain website, it might say House Speaker Pelosi,
But
is
who
going
writes
to-
the headlines?
Here's the deal. My understanding is it's an aggregator from news sources that only populate the non-biased sides.
So is it machine
So
learning that decides?
This one is from the Associated Press
Okay.
that came in. Here's one from CNBC, and it just says AT&T to require vaccination of 90,000 of its union workers.
Biased.
No, I like that. I mean,
I don't know.
I don't have an opinion on that, but
Fair.
China electric car makers make. So we have no affiliation with this.
No.
Why did we even talk about this? What? Oh, because you were asking
Very
me about
random.
morning brew. So Smart News, I don't know. I got it on an advertisement somewhere, and I downloaded it. And so far, so good. So far, so good. But they immediately
I'm
flipped to
skeptical.
ads. Well, have you read any news anywhere today, these days? I mean,
Yeah, I get the newspaper delivered every morning.
From who?
Wall Street.
Okay, that's going to be biased.
Well, sure. Everything is inherently somebody writes it, it's inherently biased.
How come? Why does it have to be? Why can't it just be the facts? Just the facts, ma'am.
Because nobody is inherently unbiased. Everybody has biases.
That's a biased statement.
Sorry.
I'm unbiased. I think that there is. I think that people in the press, most of the time, genuinely want to report the facts.
Journalists
They
do.
struggle because they have bias. But I believe there are people out there who can report it as factual information.
I do believe that good journalism exists.
Okay.
But I also believe that corporations have to sell ads.
But you're skeptical. I will see. I just started it. But I'm not on Morning Brew, but apparently it's a big deal. We are.
I'm not saying that all biases
Oh,
are
we're on this
inherently
still.
bad either.
We're not leaving this subject,
It's
are
just
we?
that people naturally have biases.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm biased to DIY money, so let's
It's a great
let's
show.
go, because we got a question from Hannah today, which is a good one. Hannah, what do you got?
Hi, my name is Hannah and I am from Minneapolis. I am 20 years old and am currently a junior in college. I track all of my expenses in a quite beautiful spreadsheet, but I don't keep a budget in the traditional sense since I'm in college, so my income doesn't match my expenses. However, I worked really hard in high school saving all my income, which was about $20K, and then invested it. And my budget is atypical because I draw mostly from my savings as I only work part-time and during the school year. I'm a finance major and have a love for reading behavioral finance books. I know one problem that I tend to have is being strict about surprise money. I tend to think of this money differently. I personally rarely eat out, but when I get this money like birthday or a tax refund or even gift cards, I think of that money differently and end up spending it on things that I would not have spent my earned income or savings on. I'll ultimately wish that I would have put it in my Roth or savings. So my question is, how do you recommend I reframe my thinking of this money, since it's hard to budget and allocate for this money in advance, but when I look back, I wish I would have spent it differently. Thank you so much and love the podcast.
Wow. I have 3 words for Hannah.
Okay.
Hannah for president. Fire. She's
That's
20.
4 words.
Hannah for president.
Fired.
That was my response to my 3 words.
Okay.
Hannah, 20 years old,
Mm-hmm.
junior, finance major. Did you catch how much she saved during high school?
A good bit.
Oh, no, she actually said it. Did you
Yeah.
catch it?
20,000.
$20K! $20,000 in high school.
Hustling. It's a lot of lemonade.
Holy cow. No, she had a job.
I know. I'm just saying,
Unbelievable.
metaphorically speaking.
I just don't like finance. I like behavioral finance. Wow. Okay. You know what I like about this, and this is what I get when I'm able to teach at the university, is it gives me confidence in where we're going as a society.
Good.
Because there are Hannahs in the world who are on the unbelievably right path. So first and foremost, Hannah, whoever poured into you, mom, dad, uncle, whoever it was around that kitchen table who encouraged you to start saving that first paycheck, whatever it may be, so that you could get on this path, take them to dinner. Take them to dinner, thank them. I mean, literally, you might think that your actions are thanking them. Trust me, they are. But that will go a tremendous long way in, I don't know, the relationship, whatever. I don't know where that went. But what was her question? I'm just so enamored with Hannah.
Yeah,
okay,
so she gets surprise
yeah.
money from time to time. It's not in the budget, so $100 shows up in a card for a birthday or something, and like a normal human being with behaviors and finances, you spend it because it's a gift. But what if she set sort of a certain percentage, maybe when this money she goes into before she even gets this money, she sort of creates sort of a rhythm that anytime something shows up, I'm going to enjoy X, but then save X.
Yeah, I got one concern for Hannah.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I had some friends. They went to a very, very strict private Catholic school. Parents were very strict. I think even at one point, and this is okay because we went this route too, but they were homeschooled. I'm not making any judgment. I'm just saying they lived in a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
They went to college. Bubble popped. It was game on. And there was some serious long-term effects from that they're still struggling with today. I'm not saying that's the case for everybody. That certainly doesn't have to be the case. But my concern for Hannah is at 20 years of age, she might go to the point in time or get to the point in time where she wakes up and goes, what am I doing all this for? Why am I living on why am I doing, and then the pendulum shifts to the other side of the equation and Katie bar the door, Hannah's, Madison Avenue game on, right? That'd be my only concern. So I concur. I think that Hannah, sometimes, you've got to build in some of these things that you have the ability to spend money on that maybe bring you joy.
Sure.
Now, that might not be the traditional, I'm going to go blow it on a whatever, but what do you like to do? What do you enjoy? Are you a traveler? Do you like to, collect things? Do you like, I don't know, whatever, clothes? I have no idea whatever it is, but maybe that's part of it already built in the budget. But I think, Hannah, you got to reward yourself to a degree, which sounds a little trite, I know, but when you get a gift or you get a certain amount of money, why not take some of that money, as Daniel was alluding to, whatever the percentage is, and enjoy it. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you're an MK and you're a missionary kid and you just don't like spending money on materialistic things, then give it away. I don't know, whatever brings you joy, I think you should find a percentage of that and do that. And then the other, I think you can just discipline yourself to say, okay, I've set that half of this I'm going to give it to so-and-so, I'm going to blow it, I'm going to travel, I'm going to do this, and this half is going in my Roth IRA or going in my, in savings account or whatever it may be. I think you just find a percentage and you stick with it.
Yeah, it's creating goals, and I think kind of creating that habit or trigger before something shows up. So if you're committing to it ahead of time, then it's a lot easier to say, hey, anytime something shows up, anytime I get a gift or something like that, half of it goes into savings, half of it is totally free for me to spend. If that's your priority. For some people, the priority might be like, hey, if money shows up, I'm just going to enjoy it. For those who have like debt and stuff like that, it might be a better idea to, debt snowball that a little bit, use that surprise money and chuck it towards some of your high interest debt, or get your fast cash figured out, things like that. But if you're in a good place, if you're a couple steps into your DIY money journey, I would just select a percentage ahead of time. And that way, when it shows up, you can easily kind of carve out what's fun money and what's saving.
Absolutely. But stay on the right track. I mean, you're on a fantastic track. 20,000 in high school. You've been putting money away. I mean, who knows what she could have $100,000 already.
Yeah. Now, does dollar amounts matter? Like, if it's a $25 Starbucks gift card, just go to Starbucks.
Well, what else are you going to do with a $25 Starbucks?
I don't know. Would you
card?
Take $12 out of your checking account and put it in your Roth?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
When
my mother,
she still gives me a birthday card and it has $20,
$1 per year,
whatever. And I it's a fun. It's no problem. I mean, here's the deal. Hannah, you probably don't have children. I'm assuming you don't. Is that a bad thing to say? Am I going to get in trouble for assuming that she doesn't have kids? I don't know.
She didn't mention kids.
Okay. So when we have young kids and they have a birthday and all the grandparents and everybody wants to give them gifts, and it's annoying because they play with it for 2 minutes, and we say to them, please, we don't need any other nonsense around the house. Why not just put some money into their account? Well, the grandparents don't want to do that. They, too, want to experience the joy, even if it's 2 or 3 minutes, of seeing the grandchild play with the gift that they gave them. So if you have these unexpected things, again, IRS is not concerned with how you spend the money, but if somebody's giving you a gift or an unexpected, money comes in from someone who's trying to, they want you to enjoy it. They want you to, kind of enjoy some of that. So I think, again, that the part of it needs to be spent. Be a consumer.
Yeah.
Which is not normal for us to say. But
it's okay in your DIY money journey to actually have fun every now and then.
That's right. This is a great case in point that there's different strokes for different folks. Hannah is on the right trajectory, following all the right steps, etc. And we're saying, you know what? Some money comes in, enjoy some of it. That's why we do all this. That's why we save. That's why we work towards these, to these goals. We do this so that we can enjoy it, and we don't have to go into debt to do it. To enjoy it, we don't have to figure out, how am I going to pay for this later? Any of that nonsense. It's part of the overall process, and I think enjoying it is just part of that. You bought a new bag recently. It probably wasn't cheap. It's a nice bag.
Yeah.
You rewarded yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, time to buy a new bag.
It was time.
And it's a nice one.
Starting to fall apart.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think it's perfectly fine. Now, if Daniel was struggling, running out of money before he's running out of month every day, and he came in with a new bag, I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you buying a new bag? You don't need a new bag.
Carrying my crap into the building with my arms.
I would say you should carry your crap with your arms. I mean, it'd be crazy. But, I eat out a lot. Just what I do. I thankfully can do that. It's part of my overall budget. And when it's not part of my budget, I put it on the business. So it's part of what we do. But you didn't even laugh at that. Daniel's like, no, it's not funny.
It's not a joke. It actually happens.
It actually happens. But anyways, I like to eat out. But if I couldn't afford it, I would not eat out. And early on in my career, it was not happening ever. Splurge for me would be a $2 hot dog at the gas station. So again, different people are in different stages, my opinion.
Early in the business, we had some crappy food, but it was good.
What we could afford.
Yeah.
Hot dogs and peanut M&Ms.
It was.
And a Diet Coke
Those were the
every
days.
day. Oh my goodness. How did we do that?
We were younger, more beautiful.
Wow. I don't know. I think we've gotten beautifuler with age.
Probably.
Is that a word? Beautifuler?
Sure.
Okay. Hey, let's wrap it up. Check out all the social stuff. If you haven't already, Daniel's got a great series on YouTube going right now for people who are sending us questions non-audio. We're opening those in our email. He's reading them. It's on YouTube exclusively. Mailbag is the title, I think. Anyways, it's Questions with a CFP. Great video series. Check that out. What else? Other social stuff, DIY Money Podcast. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, all the other places. Tribe's still blowing up. I don't know what's happening there. Our tribe is fire. Anyways, remember, friends, the secret to wealth is pretty simple. Live on less than you make. Invest the rest. Don't forget to spend some. Enjoy your life. But do it for a very long time. Make it a great one.